From a muddy village on the banks of the Tiber to a city of marble that ruled an empire of millions, Rome rose on iron, ambition, and ruthless power. But what rises must fall. For centuries, Rome stood unconquered until it crumbled under its own weight. This is the story of an empire, of men and ideas, of glory and of ruin. This is the story of Rome. Rome's origins are woven from legend. Twin brothers, Romulus and Remus, raised by a she-wolf, fighting to build a new city on the Tiber's banks. Myth gave Rome its spirit, but history forged its strength. By the 6th century BCE, the Romans overthrew their kings and founded a republic. A radical system where power rested with the people.
If the people are to rule, let their voice be heard.
At least in theory. The Senate, the assemblies, the consuls, they were born here. Rome's citizen soldiers marched to defend their freedoms, driven by civic duty and pride. It was a society shaped by strict social classes and powerful family lineages, where honor was everything and betrayal could mean death. But freedom was always on a knife's edge. Rome faced enemies on every border: Etruscans, Samnites, Gauls. Yet each trial made them stronger. They learned from neighbors, absorbing Etruscan engineering, Greek culture, and Carthaginian naval skills, building a civilization greater than the sum of its parts. Slowly, Rome expanded its influence across the Italian peninsula, absorbing cultures, perfecting its military discipline. Then came Carthage. In a war that raged for decades, Rome faced Hannibal and nearly lost everything.
Stand firm, men! Steel is mightier than any beast. We shall outlast Hannibal and his elephants. Hold the line!
But in the end, Roman resilience won the day. Hannibal was defeated, and Rome emerged the dominant power in the Western Mediterranean. With each victory, Roman confidence grew. They no longer saw themselves as farmers and foot soldiers, but as a people destined to rule the world. Victory over Carthage transformed Rome. Wealth flooded in. New provinces, new trade, new ambitions. But prosperity brought its own dangers.
I will not watch Rome rot while you line your pockets.
We fight for power, because power is all that keeps Rome alive.
Civil wars erupted as generals fought for power. One name rose above the rest: Julius Caesar. A soldier, a statesman, a symbol of Rome's unstoppable expansion.
Rome will conquer not only lands, Julia, but time itself. Follow me, and we build an empire that cannot fall.
His murder tore the Republic apart.
If Caesar lives, the Republic dies. Then he must fall for Rome to survive.
And cleared the way for Augustus, Rome's first emperor.
No more chaos. No more civil war. I promise you, Rome will stand unbroken.
Under Augustus, Rome became a true empire. With legions guarding every frontier, Rome's roads carried more than soldiers.
Beyond these walls lies the world, and Rome will hold every inch of it.
They carried culture, ideas, and Roman law to distant lands.
This road does not just carry soldiers. It carries Rome's laws, its dreams, its future.
The Pax Romana, 2 centuries of relative peace, saw roads, aqueducts, and cities flourish across 3 continents. In the heart of the empire, grand monuments proclaimed Rome's power. The Colosseum, the Pantheon, arches that still stand today. The city bustled with merchants, scholars, engineers, and travelers from across the known world, making Rome the beating heart of a vast multicultural empire. But beneath the marble, tensions brewed. As emperors grew more absolute, Rome's people lost their voice. The Senate grew weak. Power concentrated in a single ruler, surrounded by intrigue, corruption, and fear.
Trust no one, Imperator. Not even your own kin.
Yet the empire's achievements were undeniable. Law, architecture, engineering, language, these things built the Western world.
Gold flows through these streets, but it cannot buy peace.
Rome was at its height, but cracks had already begun to form. Rome's power seemed eternal, but under the surface, crisis grew.
How can an empire so vast feel so close to breaking?
Emperors came and went in rapid succession. Civil wars drained the treasury. Plagues weakened the population, while the empire's frontiers grew harder to defend.
Every border feels like the end of the world.
Germanic tribes pressed the Rhine and the Danube, testing Rome's strength. In the east, Persia challenged Roman armies in Anatolia.
If we lose here, the east will burn.
As resources ran thin, many provinces were left to fend for themselves, their walls crumbling and their garrisons unpaid.
Hold the line! Rome depends on us!
Diocletian tried to save the empire by dividing it, creating an eastern and a western half. Constantine built a new capital at Byzantium, hoping to anchor Rome's legacy in the east. But in the west, decline was unstoppable. Roman coins were debased, grain shipments slowed, and taxes rose to crushing levels, driving farmers to abandon their lands.
They tax us. They leave us starving. Who will protect us?
Corruption, inflation, and endless invasions bled Rome dry. Finally, in 410, the city itself was sacked by the Visigoths, a shock the Roman world never forgot. Survivors fled, and once crowded forums stood silent, broken statues half buried in weeds. And in 476, the last Western emperor was deposed. Rome had fallen.
Rome may fall, but its spirit will never die.
But in the east, the empire survived as Byzantium, carrying Roman laws and traditions for nearly 1,000 more years. Rome had collapsed, but its memory and its ideals endured. Rome was more than a city. It was an idea that reshaped the world. From the words we speak to the laws that govern us, the echoes of Rome still ring through time. Empires come and go, but Rome endures in our imaginations, in our monuments, and in our dreams of greatness. Its rise, its triumphs, its fall, all remind us of how human history is built on ambition and on hope. And that, in the end, even the greatest empires leave behind a legacy. Today we still walk on Roman roads. We still debate in Roman-style forums. We still dream of Rome's impossible scale and fear its ultimate collapse. The marble may have cracked, the eagle may have fallen, but Rome's spirit never truly died. Because in every civilization that followed, there has been a piece of Rome, waiting to rise again.